So I was at UW. I've always been UW. Everything that we did was UW. I set my chair over there for absolutely no reason because I'm going to bring it back. We're going to sit down. Sorry about that. Fooled you there. So today's class is moving the chair. It's strength, balance, moving from one side of the floor to the other. Just kidding. I got other stuff planned. Look, my internet connection is unstable already. Welcome, everyone. I am Ron. This is Ageless Balance. We are going to do today just seated stuff. We'll do some standing balance at the end. Nothing hard, just a little relaxation, working the hips a little bit, warm them up. Standing only, no dynamic balance today. It's Friday. Take it easy. Shake the arms out. Find your neutral position. Ears over shoulders, over hips. Remember. I'm really bad about that. I don't say remember. I say member. Roll the shoulder blades back. Chest is out. And I drop the G's on ing. What you doing? I'm really, really bad about taking shortcuts with my words. All right. We're going to work on that today. Ears over shoulders, over hips. Just kind of sit for a minute. Deep breath. Exhale. Taking it in through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth. Arms up overhead. Shoulder blades back. Just bring them up a little ways. Don't go too far. Take your time. And bring them back down again like you're a bird flapping. Slowly flapping. And back up again. Deep breath in through the nose as you come up. Roll the shoulder blades back. Little bend in those elbows. Feel the shoulders stretch out, upper back. And bring the arms back down again as you exhale. Don't inhale too hard yet. Might pop a lung or something. No, we just give yourself a chance. The muscles around the ribs help us inhale and exhale. We need to stretch those out a little bit. Can't just go and start breathing deep willy-nilly or anything like that. Arms up over the top. Feel the stretch through the front of the shoulders now. And bring the arms back down as you exhale. Willy-nilly, I said. I said that. And back down. All right. Hand on the outside of the knee. Small rotations. In the chair. Full rotation. So we're doing the spine. Spine, just do one thing at a time. We're rotating it. So keep those shoulder blades back. Back stays in neutral position as we rotate through the middle of the back. Get that shoulder around. That front hand just stabilizes that front arm. And bring it around. Shoulders stay back. Chest stays up. You're looking right out in front of you. And back to center. Small moves. Just give it a chance here. Get those muscles warmed up before we go any harder into them. Taking it easy we are. Other hand outside of the opposite leg. Grab onto the back of the chair or the seat of the chair with the other hand and roll that shoulder around. Deep breath in. Feel the stretch going from the shoulder through the neck, actually all the way down the spine, along the outside edge of the spine. You're not trying to go down the middle. You're not trying to twist that lower back. This is just a nice stretch for about 3/4 of the back. It is. Really. Honest. Find yourself right here. We're just going to take the head, turn it to the right, roll it. So the most important thing here is that neutral position is really crucial so that we don't hurt the neck. You don't get any crimping in there. Just turn it around to the side, looking right straight out in front of you. Don't go very far with it. Necks. There's a lot going on in the neck. Bring it back to center. Nice and slow. When you get to the middle, don't just go over to the other side right away. Take a second to regroup. Roll the shoulders back. Make sure you've got that neutral spine. And then bring the chin over to the other side. And bring it around again. Whole lot in the neck. Whole lot of muscles. Whole lot of really small bones in there. Vertebrae that when you're turning, you want to make sure you give them a chance to warm up. Get the fluid in there. All right. One more time on the other side. Go a little deeper again. Around. Take that neck just a little bit farther if you can. And bring it back. Again, take your time with it. Don't go fast on these. Don't go too far. The important thing is that you get that rotation in there. The more you do it, the more rotation you'll get until you just can't rotate anymore. The neck does not go all the way around. Even if you've seen The Exorcist and Linda Blair, it is not real. That was a movie. And bring it back to center. Shoulders back. Roll them out a little bit. Arms out to the side. We're going to take the chin over to that right hand side. Sorry, palms down. And follow the hand up. As you bring the arms, sweep them up overhead. Eyes follow the middle finger up. And then when you get to the top, rotate the head so you're looking right over the top. Hold there. Start rotating the head out to the side, to that left side. And then once it's all the way turned out to the side, then you can start bringing the chin down. And bring it back to the center. Nice and slow. Follow the fingers. And drop it down. Shake that out. Always, before you start the next shoulder exercise, find that neutral posture again, making sure that you keep that neck nice and straight. We're going to bring the chin down to the chest, right straight down. As you do, roll the shoulder blades back. So what's going to want to happen is as the chin comes down, these muscles up here are tight. They're going to want to bring the shoulders with them. We don't want that to happen. We want to separate that. So keep the shoulder blades back as you bring the chin to the chest. This is the point of the stretch right here. You should feel from upper mid-back all the way up to the base of the skull as you bring that chin down to the chest with the shoulder blades back. That's the stretch we're looking for, so we have more movement. Again, like all other joints, they lock up when we don't use them. If we don't pull full range of motion on them, they're not going to give it to us. So we have to keep asking it to do it or telling it. All right. Right ear, right shoulder, right now, and down. Again, looking right straight out in front. Spine along the neck is going at a side. It's doing a side bend. Take the other arm and just push it down. Arm. Really important on this one that you keep the chin up and looking right straight out in front of you. Don't let the chin come down to the chest. I hate when I show how not to do it. I always hurt myself. All right, other side, same thing. As soon as I start, don't do this. It's like, ow, that's why you don't. Ear to shoulder. Other arm, push, looking right straight out in front. This is one of my favorite stretches. I have lots of favorite stretches, but this is one of the best. Right here. And bring it back up again. Shoulders back, roll it around. We're going to bring the chin to the chest, and this time we're going to follow the arm up on the side. So bring the chin along the chest. It is first day with my words. Bring it out. Shoulder blades are back, chest is out. And then follow the fingers down on the side first, and then rotate the head along the chest, coming down, going to the other side. Same thing. Chin along chest, up, and then bring the head up on the side. Shoulder blades are back, chest is out. Take your hands, roll them forward just a little bit so you get that external rotation. Through the shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and back, down. Again, relax. So our neutral posture, unfortunately for a lot of us, me especially, is shoulders hunched forward, chin down anyway. That's why we want to get those shoulders back. Open up the chest because this gets contracted after a while. So we need to stretch that out and strengthen the muscles in the back to naturally pull that back, get them stronger so that becomes a neutral position. That's what we need to do. Little shoulder circles, little tiny ones. Start small, going backwards. Chest is out, shoulder blades are back. Find that neutral position. My bad, I needed to start us from that. Every time we start doing a move, recall that neutral position, because little by little gravity is going to do its work on us. It's taking us down, getting us arched forward. We want to stay open, get the chest open, lots of air into the lungs. So the shoulders will go a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. Only go as far as is comfortable for you. Rotate the hand as you're rotating the arm, so you're getting rotation within the socket itself. Back and up and down. So once you start going, you feel a little pain, back off just a little bit, and then see after a couple more seconds if you can get just a little more rotation. You're starting to get those muscles tightened up or loosened up. The exact opposite. Let's go backwards. Starting to get those muscles loosened up a little bit. You get fluid within the joints as you start moving them. It's going to give you more rotation. And that's what you got to do, is get those joints ready for the movement and then take the movement. That's going to help you to get that joint opened up permanently, meaning as you continue to do the exercises, they will continue to stay open and not lock up and lose range of motion. And bring it down. Shake it out. Shoulder blades back just a little bit. All right. Find your neutral position. Ears, shoulders, hips, shoulder blades back. I can always feel it. As soon as I'm done with an exercise, I'm here. I always need to go back. And it feels huge. I look in the mirror when I do these or my monitor, and I pull my shoulder blades back. And it's not, I don't see that much movement, but in my body it feels huge how far I've gotten down. So really concentrate on keeping this position. Next one we're going to do is shoulder shrugs. So we're going to start out with bringing both shoulders right straight up underneath the ears. Feel the muscles work from the ears all the way down the side of the neck going out to the shoulders. Squeeze them together, and we're going to come down, bring those shoulders down. Let them drop, and then use these muscles underneath the shoulder blades to pull the arms down just a little bit more. Not a lot. Don't go too far with it. We don't want to pinch the joint or pinch the front of that shoulder joint. Bring it back up. There's nerves that run through there. So we want to keep that shoulder open as much as we can. Keep the chin up on this one. Don't let yourself come forward and bring the shoulders up behind the neck. We want to keep that posture, alignment in all things, ears, shoulders. And bring it back down again. Right shoulder only. Left goes down, right comes up. We're going to teeter-totter over the other way. Right down, left up. Shoulder blades are back. Get them back there. Get them back there. So hopefully when I'm cueing off of my mistakes, which I'm sorry for, hopefully that's helping you as well. Up and back down. These mistakes are really easy to make. The body wants to go into the easiest position it possibly can, and it's not going to fight gravity if it doesn't have to. And other side, and bring it down. Shake that out. Grab yourself a drink of water. We're going to get back to the seat here, but for right now, we need to stay hydrated. It's an important thing. So wherever you are on your chair, it's a good point. Good thing to talk about. Where are you on your chair? I'm always sitting out on the edge of my chair. I'm never sitting back. The more you can stay forward, the more you're working the core muscles, the shoulder muscles to keep you in place. If you're on the back of the chair is supporting you. Thing is, you may not have the strength to be able to sit on the front edge of the chair and hold yourself in this position. It's incremental. The farther back you go, the more the chair is doing the work for you. So just try to walk yourself up a little bit at a time. See if you can maintain that neutral posture. And the more you can stay forward and stay in that neutral stance, make the muscles do the work, not the chair, the better off you are. The more it's working the body constantly to keep you in that good posture. All right. Little public service announcement. That was good. All right, next. What are we doing next? Retractions. What? Hands, palms back, roll the arms back. Let me get on the side for this one. We're going to shoulder blades are back. Really drive them back. And then bring the arms up behind you as much as you can without leaning forward to try to get those arms higher. This is to work the shoulders. So you want to bring those arms up and back, making the shoulder do all the rotation, not getting higher because you're leaning forward. And bring them back down again, nice and slow. Keep a little bend in the elbows. Neutral position, chin over chest, or ears over shoulders. And up, behind. Feel the stretch through the front of the shoulders as you're doing this. Don't let the chin go down to the chest. Keep your gaze right in front of you, keeping those muscles strong through the neck. Trapezoids at the top of the shoulders. And back down one more time. Out. Palms up as high as you can get them. Arms back. Whatever is as high as you can get them for you. That's it. If you can get 2 inches, next time you do this, you will get 3. It'll just incrementally get better. So don't worry about right now having to go as high as you possibly, or as high as everyone else gets, or how high you think you should be able to get those arms. It's what your body will give you right now, what you're ready for. All right, next ones. We're going to take hands, palms forward, and arms up in front. Feel the stretch through the upper back, shoulder blades are back, and bring them back down again. Right down on the sides, a little bend in the elbows. Find your neutral position, looking right straight out in front of you, and hands up. And back down again. This one's not too bad. But wait, there's more. There's more. Bring the hands up. Upper arms parallel with the floor. Take, bending at the elbows. Bring the fingers to the shoulders and elbows up. And then extend the arms out and bring them back down again. Get those shoulder blades back. I felt pinching in the front of the shoulders because my shoulder blades weren't back. We're strengthening those muscles between the shoulder blades by always keeping the shoulder blades back. That keeps that chest open, chin up. All right, again, forward, right straight out in front, hands up, palms up, and then bring the hands, fingers into the shoulders. Elbows up just a little bit higher, get a little more stretch. Keep the chin up, don't let it go to the chest. Back down, elbows coming in together, stretching the upper back. I can't get my elbows to touch. You might be able to. That's not one of the things I can do. But you know what? I can only get this far. I've still got space between them. I can feel that stretch through the shoulder blades, all the way through the back of the shoulders, through the shoulder blades, upper back. And then forward, out, and down. Shake that out. That was fun. Palms down. Shoulder blades back. Find your neutral. Ears over shoulders. Hands up in front. Nice and easy. Elbows back in a row. So bringing those elbows out to the outside as far as you can get them. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Opening up the chest. Nice and tight. Feel the muscles all the way between the actually from the shoulders all the way across the back, but especially between the shoulder blades. Release, reaching forward. As you reach forward, we're doing this. Reach the shoulders. The shoulders will roll forward on this one, using the chest muscles to pull, and then back again. So we're going from a shoulder, front, chest, front of the shoulder stretch, bringing the arms forward in this big circle, creating this concave area here in front, stretching the upper back, and bring it back one more time. Open it up. Arms down at the sides. All right. Hands up. Just this high, though. This isn't a stick up. Neutral, ears over shoulders over hips. And push forward. Drive out. Concentrate on this one. As you're pushing the hands out, shoulder blades stay back. Get the arms out as far as you can. You're going to feel the stretch all the way through the arms. Instead of rolling the shoulders forward and chin down to chest, keep that neutral position. Push the hands out. And feel that great stretch through the arm. That's what we lose the minute we do this in a forward stretch. Now with the hands out there, we're going to rotate. So again, we're opening up that shoulder socket, working that joint. It's a universal joint. We want it moving in all directions around. So just kind of picture that whole, those bones coming up the arm, rotating within the socket. Wrists are moving here as you bring the hands around. Fingers are splayed. Back again. All the joints from fingertips to shoulders getting rotated. And back. And arms down. Let's go to the fingers, shall we? Hands on the thighs, shoulder blades back. Starting thumb to fingertip. Starting with the little finger. And back out. Splay each time. Together and out. Don't look at the fingers as you do this. Know where that fingertip is. The thumb finds it. Proprioception, knowing where your body is in space. This is just one of the many examples of that. Knowing if you're starting to wobble from side to side, being able to feel it in your head that, oops, I'm not in alignment. It's all about being able to know where things are on your body without having to look at them, without having to see it. And go a little faster. Challenge the brain. Out. The brain is a perishable thing. If you don't use it, we lose all of that ability. Out. And back in again. And relax. You should have felt that in the forearms. You should have. Now squeeze. Take those hands. Palms up. Squeeze the fist. thumb to the outside and open up the fingers. This time thumb down first and then bring the fingers around. Feel the stretch going up the side of the thumb. So we're doing, these are fantastic. If you've got arthritis in the hands, these are fantastic exercises for that. They may hurt the first couple you do. See if you can still do it. Take it to the point that you can. Go as far as you can, and then see if next time you do it, you can get just a little more out of it. So I'm alternating the thumb from the inside to the outside, back in again, and out. And do this with the fingers. Wiggle them. Wiggle your fingers. I knew there was a word for that. All right, what are we doing next? Arms out to the sides, like this. Shoulder blades are back, chest is out. So really get pushing back, pushing that chest out, taking the hands, a little bend in the elbows, getting the shoulder blades back as tight as you can. And release down, shake it out. Again, up on the sides, hands back, palms facing backwards, opening up the chest, and arms back down again, taking that right arm all by itself, bring it up over the top. Stay in the neutral position as you do this. We're going to do a side bend, keeping the sits bones flat on the chair, just bringing that shoulder. As you're coming over, you're going to feel that shoulder start to raise up, hand over the top, ear on the inside of the upper arm so that you're keeping that neck as straight as possible. Still getting a great stretch all the way up the side of the spine, through the ribs, through the shoulder, down the arm. Take that hand, let it bring you back, and then bring the other arm up. And same on the other side. Make sure your shoulder blades are back, chest is out, ear to the inside of the upper arm and over the top. Again, really roll that elbow right up to try to touch the ceiling with the elbow. And if you can do it, I want to see that. And back, down, again. And shoulders back, shoulders forward. Shake that out. What do we got next? Rope climbers. One hand up, pull down, take that hand, grasp at the top. You always want to work those forearms. Forearm strength. Tighten it up. Just contracting the muscles will start working those muscles. It'll work contracting the muscle, which will break that muscle down, which will build it back up again because you're getting all your protein that you're supposed to be getting, right? That is the one thing that as we get older we start to do is we start to drop the amount of protein that we ingest. Whether it be we don't eat as much meat, as much dairy, we're not getting anywhere near the protein we should be. Pull down and pull down. So squeeze those muscles. Because you can break them down all you want, but you got to build that muscle back up again if you want that muscle density. Not muscle size, just muscle density. So they don't start to get thin. Pull and pull. Squeeze. You should feel this all the way up to the shoulder. All the muscles in the arm, the forearm, the upper arm. Pull down and pull down and pull down. Shake it out. Relax. Grab a drink of water. We're another 15 minutes in. We got one set left to do here. We're going to go to lower body. Worked all upper body on that last one. We're going to start seated, then we're going to work on from a standing position. First thing here, though, before we start the exercises, concentrate, since we're doing lower body, that those knees, hips, and toes are always in alignment, always straight out in front of you. Don't forget about the upper body, ears over shoulders or hips. But the one thing you want to concentrate on now is because you're going to be moving it every time you come back. Every movement should be in alignment. Start with a march here. Just bring it up. And as you come up, you're coming up heel first, ball the foot, then the toe, and back down. The other thing you have to watch on this one is that your shoulders don't come forward as you lift the legs. Shoulder blades stay back, chest stays out. You're lifting that leg. What we're doing is forcing that hip flexor, the thing that lifts the leg up as we walk, to engage. We're also forcing all the muscles in the leg to keep the leg forward. For some people, it's natural. They've always done that. Their bodies are set up that way. Perfect. You've got that alignment. For mobility, for those people, it's so much easier. But if you're like most people, knees start to come in a little bit, or the heels come in because these muscles tighten up on the inner thighs. So what we need to do is make sure that we strengthen the legs, stretch, tighten where we need to do, so that we have that as our neutral position. Where we need to do. Did I just say that? Up and up. I wonder what that means. Shoulders are back, chest is out. Make sure you're not leaning forward. Bending and leaning, lending forward. Up and up. A little higher, a little higher. Bring it up nice and slow. Keep the knee at a 90-degree angle as you come up, alternating to the other side. Here we're really engaging the hip flexors hard. We're also, by keeping that knee at 90, working these quadriceps. Instead of just letting the leg hang, we're keeping these muscles tight, keeping that knee at 90. So those quadriceps, front of the thighs are engaged, hip flexors, shoulders are back, chest is out as you do this. If you catch yourself leaning forward, bring the shoulder blades back. That's what's going to happen. The knee's going to drop. That's okay. That is perfectly okay until you get the stretch that you can do this, that you've got the stretch through the hamstrings, through the glutes, to be able to lift that leg up and up. Also using the ankle. So it's heel, toe, or ball of the foot, and then off the toe. Back the opposite direction. That nice, smooth, controlled movement. Up as high as you can get it. And up. Up. And up. What goes with this? Up. Out. In. And down. Here again. So this is a big one for coming out to the front of the chair. If you're back in the chair and you do this, you're not working these muscles anywhere near as much. But you may not be able to maintain form when you come out to the chair or the edge of the chair. Little by little, just practice coming out in the chair, out, in. Concentrate, think about, feel the body, not move. Nothing moves but that hip and that knee, out and in. And everything stays perfectly straight. That's why you take your time. One, to get those fine motor muscles to work, which the stronger they get, the faster your reaction time is, the smoother your movements are, the more falls prevention you get from that, from your body. Out, in, and down. You also get a chance by going slow to really look at everything. Look at that leg. When you're done, is the toe, knee, and hip in alignment. Up, knee at 90, out, using that quadricep to lift the lower leg, back in and down. One more time. Out, up, out, in, and down. So what I'd like you to do on that one is, as you continue to do those, and you can do those all the time. There's no reason anytime you're sitting down you can't do a leg extension. So good for the thighs, and those are such big muscles. But bring yourself out to the edge of the chair and grab onto the bottom of the chair and roll the shoulder blades back. Use that for help instead of sitting way back in the chair and letting the thighs just sit on the seat of the chair. You're still working those muscles in the hips to hold that leg up, even though your arms are helping. This keeps form. All right, what are we doing next? I'll stop talking. Up, out to the side. Key, hip, knee, toe, all in alignment. Bring it out to the side. Feel the stretch on the inner thigh. Use the hand so that you can get a nice stretch. These muscles get super tight. And then what you see is, as you're walking, the heel will be in, toe will be out. You want to get that alignment, keep it in place, get that knee out as far as it'll go. You can get it out crazy far if you let the knee drop out, but you're not accomplishing what we need to do. And what you need to do is to get these muscles strong and balanced inside and outside of the leg, so that when you walk, you stay in alignment. Back in and down. Forgot to use my hand. Up, out. This is a stretch exercise. There's my bottle. So we're using the hand. If we were working strength for that outer hip, we would get rid of the hand and let the muscles do the work in the lower body. But right now, I want you to concentrate on the alignment. Think about that stationary leg as well, that the knee, toe, hip are right out in front of you. It's not flaring out to the side, or the hips are turning around. Foot is flat on the floor. Nothing is moving but that leg in the socket. Up, like the shoulder. It's a universal joint. So we got to move it universally. Let's take that other side and do some rotations once we get out there. So we got that foot hitting your bottle. Be careful of that. Bring it around one way and then the other. Use the hand. Really concentrate, though, on keeping that foot and knee in alignment. Only go out as far with the knee as the foot can go to. And the inner thigh is what's going to control that. And bring it into center. Don't let the hips turn. Don't do that. So we're not trying to turn the body. That gives us no rotation. That doesn't help us with that. Hip joint, what it does is put strain on the lower back. Because you're trying to rotate a stationary object. It's like trying to get a stick to bend. And I'm not talking a willow. And around, other way. Because willows bend but don't break. And back in and back down. So if you get a stick, it doesn't go side to side. You break it as you turn it to the side. Same with the back. If you try rotating just the hips and getting that lower back to turn, there is no turn. There is no joint down there. So what you're doing is you're pulling the muscles that are back there and the nerves, causing that stress where you get that lower back pain, pains down the legs. On we go. Cross the legs, feet, ankles crossed. I knew there was a word for them. They're ankles. Shoulders are back, chest is out, neutral position, hip hinge forward, coming down, and hands down, roll the shoulders down toward the floor. Keep the chin up when you do this. Don't let the head go below the heart. Causes all sorts of blood and oxygen to get into the brain. That's not good. You end up dizzy. All right, shoulder blades back, arms back. Bring yourself up. Switch over to the other side. So what you should have felt is in that underside leg, all sorts of work happening. Feet are on the floor, ankles crossed, coming down in a hip hinge, straight down, and then drop the shoulders toward the floor, not the chin. You're looking right straight down at the floor. And arms back. Roll the shoulders. Use the whole body to get you back up, not just the lower back. All the muscles working together in concert. And shake that out. Back over to the other side. Ankles crossed. Hand to the outside. You're going to get a little better stretch on that opposite hip. So shoulder blades back, looking right out in front of you, and do the rotation. Do the turn. Do the do. Legs don't move. Stay right there. Everything happens through the shoulders. Shoulders. So that hinge that isn't in the lower part of the back, at the base of the spine, is in the middle of the back. That's where it is. That's where they keep it. So that's why you're rotating those shoulders around. This way you can see behind you. If anybody's sneaking up on you after you get money out of the ATM. And back again. Or if you're backing up the car, or you want to change lanes and you don't have one of those little lights. Even with those lights, I still look. It's an old habit. It's probably a good one, too. Shake that out. What is next? Seated crunches? Sure, why not? Hands on chest. We're going to go back in the chair. So this time you really do have to be on somewhere in the front of the chair because you need to be able to hinge at the hip, rolling those shoulder blades back. Only go a little ways. Inches, and then come back up to center. So really concentrate on the shoulder blades back. Exaggerate the movement as you go back. Nothing's happening but nothing's moving but those hips. And right straight back up again. Spine is straight, all the way up into the base of the skull. So you're not trying to counterbalance by rolling forward so you can get that middle of the back farther. The neck goes back, head goes back. And up again, using these core muscles to bring you back. You're protecting that lower back completely by keeping those shoulder blades back, keeping that spine in a neutral position, using the entire body to do the work, and back up one more time. So the common way to get back up is roll the shoulders, use that forward momentum of the shoulders and the upper back and the head. The problem with that is it puts the strain on the lower back. All right, same thing. Starting in the middle here, right in the front. Like that. Told you, exercise by moving the chair. Bring the feet apart and coming forward, keeping the shoulder blades back. Down to the front, shoulders back, and use the core. Feel the stabilization through the legs, through the heels of the feet as you roll those shoulder blades back and come up. Again, down. Really concentrate on this, whether you're picking something up from a standing position or you're getting up from a seated position because you've been leaning forward. Really concentrate on doing it correctly, using the whole body to get you back up again, keeping that spine in neutral. One more time. Down, 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 down. Hold, and back up again. So I like to break those into two from what I've seen and in my practice, is that otherwise we have a tendency to go all the way back, and then we get into this bouncing back and forth, which only puts a lot of stress on the lower back. So it's like practice forward to the middle, then practice back to the middle, strengthening the muscles up specifically that we're looking for, so that if you do need to rock, you can. Heels up, work those muscles in the back of the lower legs, those calf muscles, those right back there. Moo. Up. That was a calf. Moo. And back down. Toes on the floor, flat. You want the ball of the foot all the way across. Weight is in the ball of the foot. The hinge comes off the ball of the foot. You're not up on the toes. Shoulder blades are back. Oh my goodness, I was leaning way forward. Bring them back, chest out. And back down. Again, bring it up. Feel the muscles working. These calf muscles behind the heel. Up, lifting that heel up. And back, down. Again, toes up. And when I say toes, I mean the entire foot except for the heel. Up, which includes the toes. And back down again. Again, concentrate on the muscles in the front of the lower leg, those muscles on around the shin, lifting, contracting to pull that foot up. You'll feel them tighten up. You'll also feel the stretch going down the back of the leg, from the below the knee all the way down to the heel through that Achilles tendon. Up and back down. One more time. Bring it up. Keep your neutral position. Shoulder blades back. And back down again. We're going to take the legs and just roll the feet out. Knees can go out. What you're looking for is to get that rotation to the side through the ankles. Get those muscles stretched out just a little bit so that if you need it, if that ankle does start to tip, you're able to make it, let it go with that, and then you can have the strength to pull that foot back flat. Opposite direction. Again, however you get there, what you're looking for is to get that stretch on the inside of the ankle. If you do step on something uneven, instead of that being super tight and just pulling you over, the foot gives and you can bring it back again and in. All right, we're going to walk the toes out and back in, because ankles are our base of support for everything. All of our walking, all of our standing. If the feet don't stay flat, we're in trouble. Out, out, out. Heels out. Walk the heels in. Get them in as far as you can. Down. Don't let the knees collapse on this one. Don't put a lot of stress on the inside of that knee. Try to keep them right over the ankles the whole time. They're going to move, but just try to limit it to get those much rotation through the ankles as possible. And back. In. This is going to help you immensely if you're walking on uneven ground. And in. Relax that. Grab onto the back of the chair. We're going to cat-cow it. Shoulder blades are back. Chest is out. Roll those shoulder blades as deep as you can. You're in there. You can feel those shoulder blades come together. Those muscles reacting. You can feel the chest stretching out as you lean forward just a little bit. Deep breath in through the nose, forcing the stomach out, and then exhaling as you come forward. You breathe in through the nose, because it's a smaller opening. It's going to force the air down deeper into the lungs, pushing the stomach out. There's a diaphragm that sits at the base of the lungs, and it goes down when the stomach pushes out, opening up those lower lungs. And grab on back behind you in the chair. Deep breath in through the nose, pushing the stomach out, and exhale. And the important thing about getting air into the lower lungs is the lower lungs are where all the capillaries are that take that oxygen out of the lungs and supply it to the body, into the bloodstream. So that's where you got to get the air. Most of it is down there. The deeper you can get those breaths, the shallower your breaths, the harder you're going to have recovering, the less endurance you're going to have. The more you can get air into those lower lungs, more oxygen you get through the body, cooling off the muscles, cooling off, and getting into the brain. Shake that out. Let's finish up. Down. And up over the top. Roll the shoulder blades back. Did you notice we never did any of the standing balance exercises? Which means our next class will be standing balance exercises. Deep breath in, stomach out, push it out, exhale. Again, bring it up over the top. Roll the shoulder blades back as you come up. Feet flat on the floor. Everything lined up perfectly out front of you. And exhale. One more time. One more time, just to make you dizzy. For no other reason. I think it's funny. Bring it up overhead. Deep breath in through the nose, stomach out, and exhale, bringing the arms down. Have yourselves a jolly little weekend, and I will see you next week. Thank you guys for being here. As always, I totally appreciate it.